Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 5 of Hooked on Sonic's Dystopian Blues.
Dystopian Blues.
Welcome our resident Viking, Tony, over there. Ahoy, matey.
Ahoy.
Is that official Norse?
This would not be official Norse. Actually, fact be known, I don't believe Vikings actually had horns, man.
Huh.
Yep. Something you may learn there. There may have been horns on some helmets and stuff and whatnot, but I don't think it overall was a identifier. You know, and Viking was more of a job, not of a nationality.
You'd make a fine Viking, sir.
I think I do. Skull.
Or a great Monomarth cover band.
Yeah. Good guys, man. You ever listen to any of their stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're real freaking good. I like them on more. But man, what you been listening to this week?
This week I have not listened to anything. I've as anyone who's paying attention knows, I was sick as a dog and I didn't turn on anything. So except trying to get this new Megadeth or newer Megadeth album out that we're going to review. Other than that, I didn't listen to enough.
Ooh, I've actually been listening to.
What about you?
I've been listening to a lot of women doom style stuff. Ruby the Hatchet, and they just released a new album here recently. And Windhand. Listen to Dorothea Cottrell's solo stuff. I showed it to my sister when she was over to visit. I figured she'd kind of like that shit. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about that later as well.
Cool.
But other than that, checked out that Acoustic Blue album. We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
That's the purpose of the show.
Right. Other than that, man, what are you drinking on this week, man?
Well, as part of one of my Christmas gifts, I got some Jack Daniel's single barrel store pick. This is a barrel proof, 130.4 proof.
Let me ask you, how's the bite or the burn on that?
It's very smooth. Yes. I'm not a huge Jack fan at all. Yeah. But I had the opportunity to get this, and it's pretty smooth. And I'm drinking it with a little Diet Coke because I'm trying to watch my girlish figure.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, drink it how you like. I don't give a fuck, man. A lot of bourbon snobs and whiskey snobs will be shitty about that, but drink it how you like. I'm ripped on a lot because I'll mix just about anything I want with lemonade. It's just what I like. Don't get me wrong. I like to shoot a shot just the same, but I will be honest with you. Knowing that you're not a big bourbon guy or whiskey guy, you know that you can tell the difference between that and regular Jack, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Even at 130
no, there's a huge
proof,
difference.
Even at 130 proof, there's a different smoothness there. I just picked up a bottle of Booker's, man. I'll review that in a later show. But there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this, and can't wait to try some old fashions with this and some other delicious things. What are you drinking up there?
We're Captain? Drinking on the Rogue Bat Squatch.
Sarah Basquatch?
Viking. It's the Rogue Bat Squatch.
Ah. Go.
Finished most of it earlier. Still beer. But good times, man. Good times.
Good deal.
I will say this is as fast as I drink 2 beers.
Oh, this is going to be a great show then.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit.
All right.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to pop this thing off. I don't want to spill it or anything, but that was fun. Thank you, kids. I got that for Christmas for my kids. We'll just stash that up there for now.
Yeah.
Hope to God it doesn't fucking spill anything. I'll be back in 1 second. Experiencing technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's spilling on my chair. I'm not happy about it. But yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much just listen to Winhand, Dorothea Cottrell's solo album. Phenomenal stuff. As a matter of fact, like I said, we'll talk about that later. You feeling better?
Yeah. Feeling a lot better.
You
I
sound
can
better.
actually talk. Yeah. So thanks for everyone reached out and, checked on us, and appreciate it.
Checking
So,
over last week's comments, it looks like Tom Brown chimed in and said Tyler Childers, great album. I will agree. Yes, it was a great album. And thanks a lot for checking in, Tom. Man, keep watching. We appreciate your input. Throw anything out there. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Tom's a really good musician too. His kids, phenomenal. So
Nice.
yeah. Tom's a good dude. Hey, Tom,
Nice.
salute.
Salute, my friend.
That's all right.
But the cool thing is,
Mm.
I may have finished those 2 beers. We'll just reach over into the little refrigerator over here.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Excuse me while we grab another, sir. Thank you very much. All right. Well, what you got for news, man? I'll let you know what I'm been checking out here lately. Go ahead.
Sure. So I've seen on the back December 23rd, it was the anniversary of Nikki Sixx dying. And back in 1987, lots of heroin. Kids, don't do it.
Don't do
Stay
it.
away from that H train.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. And that near death experience, full death experience that he had and came back, brought us one of the greatest Motley Crue albums ever, Dr. Feelgood. So thanks, Nikki.
Honestly, it is a great album, but if you had to go back and you take a look through Motley Crue's catalog, in my opinion, that was the end. That was just the end.
I agree. That
was it.
No. Now I like Generation Swine, but
you got a few good hits out there after that, man. But there was no albums that ever reproduced any of the success of those 4 albums.
No.
And don't get me wrong, I mean,
completely agree.
They're definitely veterans of the field, and but I feel really jaded when it comes to Motley Crue, man. And we've had that discussion before. I love them as a band. I grew up with them. I mean, one of my best friends, it was his favorite band. He got to see him at Legend Valley. And
back in that was the Girls tour.
Yeah, he got to see him Legend Valley. My buddy Chris did. He said it was fucking nuts. No, I think that was actually the Dr. Feelgood tour. I think he got to see them on the Dr. Feelgood tour. But yeah, other than that, I mean, as far as I hear news, looks like Michelangelo Badia. If you're not familiar with him, man, that dude is probably one of the greatest shredders of all time. He is playing and I think touring with Man of War, who's been around for quite some time. And I would have to say, I don't care what band you are, you pick up Michelangelo Badia to, jump in or hang out or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You ain't made the wrong move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There ain't too many more people I know in the world that knows more than him. I mean, like, when I think of my top 5 guitarists, he's definitely in my top 5. And my number 1 is just because I honestly think at the end of the day, this guy, there's just no mastering this guy, and that's Satriani, man. Satriani's always, you know how I feel about Satriani. I listen to everything from Satch.
Very cool. The other thing I seen was today, David Lee Roth released a new version of "Everybody Wants Some."
David needs to stop.
He needs to
stop, dude. It's done.
Now
dude.
you will not find a bigger David Lee Roth fan than me, and I'm telling you, stop.
Me and my wife is younger than me by 10 years. And I'll tell you, she is a bigger Sammy Hagar Van Halen fan than she is a David Lee Roth Van Halen fan.
Oh,
And me, I'm a David Lee Roth Van Halen fan more than I
oh
am a
yeah.
Sammy fan. Don't get me wrong, they're both great eras of the band. But at the end of the fucking day, David is what made it, to me, it is just rock. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Back in the day.
Yes.
But he has
Dave
just
was the party.
become, dude, is he, the sad thing is Dave is still a part, but I think he's the only one attending.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, like, whoa,
He
hold on, dude. Like, where are you at?
he is so on his own wavelength.
Yeah.
Like he I don't think he cares. He's like he just doesn't care.
Dude, when you got it,
Um,
when you've got it like he does, man, they don't call him Diamond Dave for nothing.
it's
Dude,
awful.
what do you think he receives in royalties?
I think he makes quite a good chunk. He's not an idiot. That man has made some money.
Yeah. He
He's
shows up at
he's
poker
invested
games and
well.
shit, dude. That dude shows up at poker games on TV like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah, it's me, Dave. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yeah, you know what
Yeah,
I'm talking
he's
about.
not hurting, but
Yeah. I love you, Dave, but
uh,
man, unless you can find some way to find some groove from back in Van Halen / move into your own days, dude. As a matter of fact, dude, I'll tell you what, this is how much I love Dave. I was just listening to my favorite David Lee Roth album the other day.
Eat him and smile.
Nope, that would be a lot of
Oh,
people's, or Skyscraper would, but mine was, I didn't really jump on the Dave train until A Little Ain't Enough.
love that album.
Great album. Great
Love
album.
that album.
Yeah, I was
One of these
rocking that
days
shit
we'll
on the
review
radio.
that album.
We
One of
will.
these days we'll
You and
review
I will
that because
review
I
it
love that
together.
album.
It's a great
Oh
album.
yeah,
And dude, I still love his the album that had what is it, Crazy from the Heat?
yeah. The
Yeah.
EP that he came out with.
That had
Yeah,
Just a Gigolo on it, dude. That's
Jason Go,
one of the
California
greatest songs of
Girls.
all time, dude. But
Yep,
yeah, his version,
Coconut Grove
California
on
Girls.
there.
Yeah.
Sweet. Any
Oh
other
yeah.
music news?
Um, Nothing I can think of offhand, man. Just I'm me personally, I'm just waiting to hear the new Sonic Flower album. Or no, I just heard the new Sonic Flower. I'm waiting on the new Church of Israel.
Okay.
I'm biting at the nail on this one. Like drop it, drop it, drop it. Oh, dude, I've never been more anticipating an album in a lot. These dudes to me are just they're just great musicians.
Yeah.
They really write music for my ears. Like they're so good.
Yeah.
I was
Very
going to
cool.
give you a Sonic Flower album tonight.
Yeah.
I was going to give you a Sonic Flower album tonight, man, but you're getting something a little different because my mood changed at the last minute.
Oh, look at that. That's what happens when you drink those bat stouts or whatever. Bat squatcho.
Yeah, take a look at that bad boy.
Bat
Bat
squatch.
squat. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll change my mood too.
They're tough. Well, I'm third one in. I'm feeling pretty irate.
Damn. All right. Well, let's get to these album reviews.
Who went up last time?
I have no idea.
I think you
You're
volunteered
older.
me last time. Oh, I think it's your turn. Nice try. Nice try, fella.
Okay.
Nice try.
Well, I had Megadeth's Dystopia album released in 2016. Some call it a return to that classic Megadeth. It was okay. It was okay. I know you're kind of high on that album. I've listened to it a few times. That first time, it took a long time to get through it. Maybe it was the mood I was in. Like I just couldn't deal with it. Like I just wasn't in my space. But as I've been kind of digging more into it, I found some really standout tracks for me. The opening track, "The Threat Is Real," very good,
Yeah.
very good. Dystopia. One of the great things that breakdown about at the 7 minute mark, that breakdown where it just like, oh, I love that change, that shift right there. Poisonous Shadows.
Yes.
It was a good
Oh,
song. Went a little long for me, but it was a really good song.
yeah. Poisonous Shadows was probably for me. That was the standout track. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Like, whoa. Um,
Yep.
Anything else?
Yeah, and then Lying in State, the final track on that album, uh, you know, really good, and it's still, prevalent to what's going on with these crazy old politicians.
Dave's
Eight
always
years
had a
later, 6 years.
Dave's always had an opinion on politics.
Yep.
Excuse me. That's one thing I've always
No,
noticed.
yeah, I will say on this, I found the production was a little thin. It it was a little thin. It was, and again, my wheelhouse for Megadeth is P Cells, Who's Buying, and Countdown to Extinction. Those are my benchmarks, and it was just thin.
Where's
The
Rest in
new,
Peace at?
it's there, but as for
Where's
me,
Killing Is My Business?
eh,
I just had a discussion with Chuck online today about Killing Is My Business. For me, Killing Is My Business was the album where Dave was like, I love the tracks because they were so raw. Because
yeah,
if there's any Megadeth album that says, "Dude, I'm fucking pissed," it
yeah,
was it was Killing Is My Business, dude. And that was the
yeah.
ultimate. I'm going to show you motherfuckers. I'm going to be better than you. As far
Oh
as
yeah,
that shit with Metallica, you know what I mean? I honestly think for me, in all honesty, it's crazy because it's this way for a lot of bands. For me, it's that first album because
mm,
it is so raw.
mm-hmm.
When I first heard Death, I love all of Death's albums, and they progressively get musically better. But that first album, Scream Bloody Gore, it's just so raw, and I love that raw sound. Like it's
Yeah.
the first Motley Crue album. Go back to Motley Crue.
Ah,
Come on, dude.
yeah,
It's were the songs the best? Probably not, but it was raw. It was very. It is the most raw album out of any Motley Crue album because by the time they did the second one, the studio had
Overshout at
some
the devil.
over. Oh, easy. Listen to. I'll tell
Mm,
you what. What is
mm,
Livewire? Listen to Livewire
yeah.
and listen to Merry Go Round on that album and tell me
Mm-hmm.
those aren't the rawest Motley Crue tracks you ever heard.
When I hear rawest, I want edgy. I want crunch. That album didn't have crunch to me, where that crispness, that just that
That studio,
whatever
dude,
that is.
it came in, the studio came in on Shout at the Devil. And is Shout at the Devil a better album? Yes, by far than the first album, musically. Okay. But
I do love Toast of the Town.
as far as raw goes, go back and listen to that first album. It's just raw. Who
Yeah.
else had first Misfit stuff before they ended up in studios like doing some of the all of the early Misfit stuff for the most part is fucking raw as shit. You know, who else had a really Marilyn Manson. Some of his stuff early on was some really
Yep.
raw albums, dude. Like
Yep.
there's and if you like I know a lot of people, my brother and my wife included, are huge Marilyn Manson fans. For me, all that stuff that came after he kind of became big,
Mm,
it was all right. But it's that early stuff that was like, man, that shit was
yeah.
good, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. But getting back to this Megadeth album, it's like it was a step in the right direction, but it was just a little thin. That's my only complaint. It was like, man, there's some good stuff on here, but it's just man, if it just had just a little bit more,
Yeah.
just
I mean,
mixed a little bit better.
dude, I get that, but I'll
But
tell you,
the
man, I felt with that album, you could have dropped it right in between Rust in Peace and um, Countdown to Extinction, and it would have been properly placed.
now that's how I feel about Megadeth's new album, the Sick, the Dead, and the Dying.
I haven't heard of it.
That, oh, buddy, that's a to do.
Does he still got Kiko on guitar?
I don't know. I
Because
don't
Kiko
know.
was on the Dystopia album, and that's one of the things I really liked was I really pay attention to like that sound from those days was Marty Friedman, dude.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know, Friedman was
Dead?
a monster, huh?
Dead?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
He's into last time I read up anything on that dude, he's into J-pop, man. He's into playing metal like J-pop, like I don't know along the line. I don't know if it's along the lines of like baby metal or anything like that, but uh
Oh boy.
he's into the J-pop thing from what I understand. And
Okay.
dude, but see, here's the thing. I don't know if you know this, but being in the music industry, you learn this. Some of the greater musicians, especially guitar players, they go over to Japan. Japan fucking loves them. American Dog, while they're loved here at home, don't get me wrong, they are
Yeah.
huge in Japan and Europe, dude.
Really?
They're fucking huge, dude. Like no
Huh.
bullshit, fucking huge. Like can sell out shows as well as fucking the Winery Dogs, huge, dude.
Oh yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but it's for real. Like,
Wow.
do you remember going to the Alrosa back in the day? You remember Saddleback Shark?
Yeah.
Whoever the guitar player is, he went over to Japan and made a fucking ton of money.
Wow.
Yeah, from what I understand. I could be wrong,
Okay.
could be rumor, but dude, I've always heard that over in foreign countries, man, American metal just it
Hmm.
goes over so well. It's
Yep.
unfortunate that here in the U.S. I don't think there's a big market for other metals that come in. I mean, like when you pay attention to what's going on in the metal industry, who have you heard of in the last some odd years? Rammstein. Okay, that's one. You know, but I could name
Yeah.
fucking. I could name a handful. My buddy Chuck and my buddy Greg could fucking name a ton. Those dudes are so. They're, they're they turn me on to a lot of shit. So
Cool.
shout out to
So,
Chuck and Greg from Beyond Neptune.
well, what up, buddies?
Yeah.
So, what would you put this album at for you? I put it about a 6, maybe a 7. It was fine,
Honestly,
but
I
just
absolutely it took two
eh,
listens. After the second listen, I realized I really loved the album. I thought it was a great album. Does it get regular rotation? Semi-regular rotation. It's something I do go back to because it's a solid album. So on my personal radar, just because I'm always a Megadeth fan and maybe call me a little lenient on it, but I give it a 9, solid 9. And just I can't find
okay.
anything wrong with the album. And me personally, I could take it and drop it right in between fucking Rust in Peace and Countdown to Extinction and be really happy with that idea.
Huh. Okay.
And
All
you gave
right.
it a what?
I gave it a 6, maybe a
That
7.
hurts. That hurts. That hurts. It's a good album.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's get to Acoustic Blue.
Towns
Now,
Van
I will
Sant.
I will preface this by I love Towns Van Zandt. And and the biggest Ed Towns Van Zandt is Towns Van Zandt.
Okay. Are you ready
Go
for my
ahead,
review?
please.
Okay. So since you're on this Americana kick with me, okay, and that's all fine and dandy. Um, this album, I don't think I enjoyed as much as Tyler Childers' album. And the reason being that I'm a big Doomed guy, this seems kind of odd. it's just so dark. It's so heavy, dude.
Yes.
It's there are just songs that I listen to on this thing, and that opening track, The Home, just sets the fucking pace. I didn't realize that parts of it were live, and I heard
Mhm.
crowd participation in some parts of the album. We got about 10 minutes. But The Home, very dark. I really like the acoustic. I, I love acoustic and vocal. You know, I'm a big fan of that. But this album is just dark. And if this is something you're listening to on a regular basis, I've got concern for you because there is nothing in this album that rocks. Like nothing this album says, get up off your seat and rock. This album screams everything about you're on your deathbed, you are tired of life, and the shit ain't funny no more. Like this album is like
It's a
it's tough.
masterpiece.
I will tell you, yes, it's good. The language, the use of word and guitar and everything is really, really good. The guy is, it reminds me of some old dark ass Johnny Cash shit, man. But
Mm.
I will tell you, dude, if you are listening to this on a regular basis, please seek help right away because you got to stop, dude.
No.
This is a very dangerous album to have in your head if you are dealing with psychological issues. Um, the whole short-haired woman blues,
Oh,
um, waiting around to die, dude. At that point, I was about done with the album. I'm just like, this is too heavy for even me. You know, this is just a depressing ass album.
yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
is it a good album? Like, if you want to be fucking depressed, this is your soundtrack. But this album is not something I would seek out regularly. As far as musicianship and everything I want to give the album, I do want to wrap this up quickly. No disrespect to the artist whatsoever. Um, this is not something I can listen to every. This is not something I would care for every day. Um, you're going to get my
It's
lowest rating,
beautiful.
dude. It is a good
What?
album. It's a good album, but man, this is probably going to get my lowest rating just because it's just something I can't listen to every day. It's Do I think it's a great album? Yes, but I don't know anybody that should be listening to this every fucking day. This is a
When I
this
get
is ooh, dude, listen. I pray for you. If you're listening to this every day, this is a very dark album. Like it's funny to you, but it's not funny to me. Like this is a very like I listen to some dark ass shit, dude. And you
yeah.
know I do. You know I do. This is even dark for me. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm wearing an Electric Wizard shirt, dude. Come on. This is dark. I mean, so I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna give this album on musicianship. This is my first split mix. On
Yeah.
musicianship, I'm gonna give it a 7. On whether or not I'd ever listen to it again, it's a 5, dude. It's a straight 5. Like, it's a straight 5. This is not for me and I don't think it should be for anybody. I'm sure this guy's got
Oh.
other great tunes, and it's not that any of these tunes aren't great. This is just not something that I can't even want to drink and listen to this shit. I'm afraid
Oh.
I may off
Oh,
myself,
this is a
dude.
great album to drink to. Oh, trust me. Oh, trust me. How much time do we got?
We don't have much, so let's talk about those albums coming up. What do you got from me?
Okay. So, since you're a little worn out on my Americana, I'll give you a slight reprieve, and we are going to go with Pink Floyd's "The Division Bell."
You want that review
From
now? No, I'm
No.
serious. You know I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. Do you want my review
Yeah.
now?
No.
I know that
Wait.
album inside and out. Do you want my review now?
Good. Sure.
Huh?
Sure. I tell you what, then I'll switch it up. The metal EP by Rodrigo and Gabriela.
I will listen to that. The
Yes.
Pink Floyd is, hey, listen, Pink Floyd's not a fair one for you. I know them inside and out. Suicidal
I
Tendencies would
love.
not be a fair review for you. I know
Yeah.
them inside and out. You want to
Yeah.
catch me with something I'm unaware of and I haven't heard? You better
Yep.
swing for the fence.
So we're going to
Okay.
go with Rodrigo and Gabriela. It's
I
the
think I've
metal
heard of them.
EP. Oh, phenomenal. Phenomenal duo. And they do some Metallica, some Slayer, some
You know what? As a
Megadeth.
matter of fact, I think Scott turned
Yep.
me onto them, dude.
I think I turned him onto him.
I think
He's
Scott turned me
welcome.
onto them. Yeah. So
Yep.
I will check them out. I haven't really gotten to check them out, but I'll do that now. Are you ready for your album?
Yes.
Your album is going to be Dorothea. Spell this out for you. Dorthia Cottrell. Cottrell. And her album being the solo album for her, self-titled. The reason why I'm giving you this album is because of the album you just gave me. I want to preface this or preface this, however you want to say that. I want you to hear this album, and I want you to hear it because this woman has one of the most hauntingly beautiful voices I've ever heard in my entire life. If I ever met her, I would probably cry. She has just got one of the most hauntingly beautiful voices I've ever heard.
Vagina.
Huh?
Something. My throat's clearing up. It's fine.
The album is less than an hour long. It's less than 45 minutes. Okay. It is acoustic and her. Okay. She's all vocals.
So this should match up well. This should match up well with what I sent you.
Okay.
Because it's very short, but it's acoustic as well.
I really want you to hear this album. I think that
Yeah.
you would appreciate this album because of what you've just recently given me. And I just want to give you another bit of a heads up. She is the lead singer for one of the big doom bands out there, Windhand. She is just something. She is to me an enigma. Like, I think that she is just one of the most. But anyways, please check out the album. I know you're going to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dorothea. It's labeled under YouTube under Dorothea Cottrell S/P for self-titled. And there's the full albums there. I can send you the link if you want. But other than that, man, great show. I appreciate you guys coming out. Our question for the week, since we got 2 minutes left. What you got, Bruce?
Oh boy. What was your favorite thing you got for Christmas?
What was your favorite thing you got for Christmas? I'll share mine real quick before we go. My wife got me.
We already seen the Viking hat. Oh,
my Cthulhu statue.
Hell yeah.
I've been waiting on that for a long freaking time, dude. And I just wanted one on my desk. And when I play live, I'm going to put it on my amp.
Very cool.
My favorite mythological creatures. How about you?
My favorite gift that I got?
They're going to be the
Jack Daniels.
Good call.
Single barrel.
Good call.
All right. Salute, everyone.
All right. We got about
Thanks,
a minute
Tony.
left. We just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Please let us know what you liked best for Christmas. And we will see you guys next week when we discuss the Dorothea Cottrell album and Rodrigo and Gabriela album. So later,
Peace
folks.
out, guys.
Take care.
See ya.